Everyone we see is a reflection of us. Reality is a tough thing to bear for most people. And there will always be people in this reality who are here to teach you. And there will always be the people in this reality who are here to guide you. Those are here to protect you, to give you strength. And then there'll be those who are here to try to harm you. Not in a physical way, for some maybe. But there is a lot of violence in the world, but ask yourself why. What is violence being created from? I think this is an interesting topic because it's such a hurtful and hateful thing. Violence doesn't matter what it is, whether it's against women or children or people or another person, whether it's warfare or an animal or a plant life. I think everything is violence. I think people forget the trees are living beings and so are plants, and sometimes we pull them out without regard. Have you ever wondered that? What do you do to nature? And say, well, like for me, I had to pull out a plant the other day and move it to a new location. Now, I didn't want to because that plant had already established its roots in its location. And I had to pull it up and move it to another one, not because I needed to, but because I needed it over there, or I wanted it over there, so that I could do something else, or because somebody else wanted it over there because they didn't like the way it looked where it was. You see, that plant had established its roots, and rather than kill it or destroy it, put it in the bin, obviously there's going to be some areas that will be cut off or broken off in the process, but some people will pick it up, dig it out, move it, throw it back in, and away you go. But have you ever talked to the plant before? And just talk to it and say to it, I have to move you to this spot so I can do this. So I'm going to pull you up and I hope you can come with me. These are the things that I said. And I know it will be fine because the plant is aware that you don't want to hurt it. You hear about plants going into shock when you move it because it's moving to a new location. It's exactly like people moving to a country they've never been to. You have to reestablish your ground roots. Otherwise you go into shock. But if you talk to someone prior to them moving and you tell them maybe someone's been there before, or you give them consult or comfort in the fact that it's going to be okay, people are less concerned. They don't go into shock as much. They're prepared. It's the same with the plant. So it's an interesting thing that when people are that hatred, what have they been doing? What do they do? Where do they pick it up from? Why is there hatred? Well, it's a mirror situation in the world of reality. Why would you hate your fellow friend who can offer you help or guidance and create love? Why would you try to kill people or hurt people or harm people for fun and enjoyment? Because that is what they want. If you have a society that is a ruling culture, or you don't want them knowing the true facts about history or their true worth of who people are, or there's too many of them. You create infighting between people, but you create race wars, you create hatred amongst cultural differences, or divide and conquer, if you will. But you see, all of this stuff is coming down to a belief in a real reality. If you see, if people, and enough people, are thinking the same thought on a big enough wavelength, they can create it. But then it's ingrained into the culture and society. So it's passed down to kids in generation through generation, which then becomes norm society. To a kid, it's normal to go to war and fight in Afghanistan. It's normal to have hatred towards people of color, because it's been ingrained through society, and the job is done where they don't have to do it anymore because the people are doing it to themselves. And that is a powerful thing when you realize the people have not done this. This has come from above. This has come from generations of manipulation of culture. But that's the reality that they've created, and it needs to be stepped out of. And when you start to realize that the more and more people are waking up to this, the more, let's say, risque that they get in terms of releasing stuff. They know the game is up, so they just kill people at random, claiming it was bushfires or weather events. They know they can control the weather. Mother Nature is a powerful thing, but by them trying to kill all these people without a sense of heart and then trying to deceive them, that is a true crime of the universe. But they don't care. They know their time's up. They're trying to do as much damage as they want. And I'm sure there are people in high places who are preventing a lot of it from getting out, and some things have to happen for specific reasons. It's the same reason why if you work in a company that is very reactive instead of proactive, that something always has to happen before people get something done. I worked in a company where you could be proactive and say, if you spend this much money or spend this much time and labor on getting this product, it will save you hundreds of thousands in the long run. And the response is, well, is it broken? Is it not working? You say, no, but I'm being proactive here and I'm seeing that there is a difference, that this will become an issue. And if we do it now, it will save us time and money in the long run. But because it's not broken, they don't fix it. It only takes time to, when it's broken, all of a sudden there's magical money there. So ask yourself, why do we not trust that to be true? Like, why do we have to not spend it? It's like we don't have to spend it now if it's not broken. But the same principle occurs in people's minds is, why does something have to happen before people see it? Why does people have to die before the government do something about it? Well, we know where they stand, but let's say, why do people have to wake up? But they'll only wake up when people are getting hurt. But you see, then you ask them if they believe that, is it wildfires or is it this or that? And people can be so indoctrinated because they don't want to be ready for the truth. And that's okay. Some people aren't, but they have to be aware that even though some people can't change their reality, they can be more open to, let's say, a new government, a new way of living. They can still stay within their indoctrinated mindset, but create a new reality. maybe a new government, something that's simple. They can say it was bushfires, that's fine. Something went wrong. But they must be understanding and understanding that something needs to be done. And people need to be proactive. But it's been ingrained in society and everyone's reality to be reactive. If it ain't broke, don't fix it is a motto. We know that. I've said it before. But why is it? We know that if something's going to break or blow, you can see it, you get it changed. You change your tires when the tread is too low. Are they broken? No, but they should be fixed. So you do it when it comes to your own safety. But we don't do it when it comes to everyone's safety as a collective. Because you see, people's reality has been made to be singular in nature. And there are aspects of our lives that are singular, absolutely private. Of course. But when people realize that realities commingle together, and the more we want change and think of change, then we start to create a different reality. That's the breaking point. That's what they're so afraid of. Why do you think they're trying to control people's minds? They want people to go into the crazy conspiracy theories and have the regular masses outcast those people. Strength in numbers will always do it. But when the conspiracies come true, you start to see a change in people's perceptions that because they've said, yes, this happened, it's an easy transition for them because the idiot box has told them so. But then they forget, and they don't apologize or agree with their crazy conspiracy theorist friends. No, they continue on their merit. Which is why they and the people like them are a slow grain infusion into a new form of reality because they just need to adopt the principle of when people tell them. And if people get aggressive and fight back, you know they are resisting change. Or they are part of an agenda or something that unfortunately in this life cannot progress, but potentially in the next one. There was always and will always be possibilities and chances. So when you think of a reality and what you make it, are you with like-minded souls? Do you talk about new realities and new ways? What realities do you wish for in yourself? People always say, you create your own reality. I mean, that's hard, man. It's tough. You can't just go from doing a 9-to-5 job to manifesting your own reality. How do you do that? Like, you can watch as many YouTube clips and videos on how to, but it's hard when you got to go out there and deal with society. If you haven't got the money or the funds available, it always seems like these people always have the money when they need it. And they may have worked up towards it to got hard, but I don't know, it kind of always just seems like it's a struggle. And they say, well, that's just your mind's view because you're seeing it as a struggle, therefore you struggle. But it's not. It's not. It's a genuine thing that you force your way through and you just know that you will be there. And you just know that your reality will be rich and fruitful. That is more important than anything there. Because you look to these people and you see dollar signs instead of people who have worked hard to be where they are, providing you wisdom. Remember, you don't always have to listen to them and agree with what they are or who they are, but you learn your lessons and you adopt your own principles. And we share knowledge and information. And then maybe you can ask them how they made their money. And it might tell you exactly how to do it, and you gain knowledge and wisdom through that. But just know, have that understanding, the understanding, the knowing that the universe has got your back, but your reality, you need to write it down. What do you want? What do you need? It doesn't matter whether it's far-fetched. It can be a 16-foot limousine. It doesn't matter. If that's what you want, write it down. Because that's your reality you create. How you get it is not important. But you know you get it. Do you feel it? Of course. Life can be so much more entertaining and enjoyable and loving if we all had a view on reality that was more uplifting. We all have our days and times where we just want to live in that old way of thought because it's comfortable, because that's what we know. And I'm here to tell you that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have those moments, we all need those days, but we build ourselves up because it doesn't change our reality, because we are strong. But always know that it's coming. Place your goals high. Don't set your achievements low. Place them high. But your stepping stone towards that is the journey of your reality. And don't let someone else run your reality or control it or tell you how to live it. We live and we learn. And we can achieve so much from each other. And it doesn't matter whether the world is a globe or flat, or there's 12D or 12 dimensions or 600. These are the things and the information that there are people out there discovering that for us. And that information will be released to the people. It is our job to prepare for it and to help the people be ready for it in transition. And maybe you are one of those people that will release that information to the world. Regardless of the fact, knowing that you will make it, knowing that you have the power to dictate and control your reality and see the outcome. Catch yourself falling and build yourself back up again. But set yourself your reality. So what is it that you're creating? What is your reality worth to you? Peace and love always.